Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Monday Motivation Podcast. No more excuses. I am Sandi, Ballard, your hostess, whatever, and look forward to you being here and helping me as well by continuing to share, or sharing this podcast if this is your first time listening. I really appreciate it. My downloads have now quadrupled from 2 months ago, so thank you, and keep on helping. Appreciate that. And if you have not, I guess if this is your first time here and not checked into my website or connected with me, please do www.growingforward.biz, B-I-Z. And so my email is sballard, as in Sandi Ballard, at growingforward.biz. And if you're not getting this link through an email, if you're getting it through the social media, like LinkedIn, find me there, or Twitter, slballard13, and you can text Monday Motivate to 22828. So that again is 22828. And you actually text Monday Motivate, and you will sign up, or you'll get signed up for my mailing list. And I only send out emails Monday and Friday, unless it's something strange like last week happened, where my podcast did not upload properly, and I had to resend the link out. So it's not normally a daily or anything like that. So don't get feel like you're going to have to unsubscribe immediately. So. Oh, gosh, last week, it must have been in the air or, something much like once you talk about something or it's in your mind, you buy that red car, you hear it everywhere, you see that red car everywhere. I had someone say reticular activator one time, but it must have been, just on my mind. Maybe I was more noticing it. I was noticing it more because after last week's podcast about pausing and people just going so fast on the crazy train of life, that it seemed to be a conversation with many clients, or things I wanted to say to people, just to take a breath. People were either on that crazy train where things were moving so fast they were missing key things, or they were on that hamster wheel where it's just going through the motions and not making any progress. Both require you to jump off, to take a break, to take a breath, regroup and refocus. And that was just including me on last Wednesday or something. I just needed to take a few minutes and pause, and it was crazy. So, how did you do? Did you pause? And if you've not listened to it, go back to podcast 61, maybe even start at like 58, because the podcasts usually are a progression upon themselves and exercises that go through that. But so for those of you who have already listened, did you take a breath? Did you pause? I know a lot of people are on vacation, and so many of you think, oh, that was my pause, that was my break. But did you really take time for you? Did you really take time to reflect on what you need, personally, professionally, to move forward? Did you take time to refocus and regain control and momentum? Kind of like a time to check out. Sometimes people just read books to relax. But did you really take the time to look around and notice? Notice what's going on. Notice what's not going on. I've talked a lot about environment before in my podcast. From people to objects and spaces. Are the people negative or supportive? In your, right now, look around your room or your office. Do you have a crooked picture? Messy room? Are there things that frustrate you? Are your files organized? Is your desk clean? What does yours look like, feel like? What does the atmosphere, that environment look and feel like to you? What do you need? And what can you get rid of? I'm not saying everything has to be clean and perfect, because, I'm a recovering perfectionist myself. And I'm not saying everything's going to be 100% supportive and happy, like, June Cleaver all the time. My desk is a hot mess on a regular basis because I am working on multiple things, and that's how I work. I have my stacks. But I'm just saying that stuff builds up, and you can sometimes just get overwhelmed with it, and you can shut down and cause your progress to stop, allow your head trash to take over, and not allow the space, literally and figuratively, for growth. So when you have all those, limiting beliefs, as we've talked about the last few weeks, they're going on in your head, they're clogging up your mind, causing you to be afraid to truly take action, or to, and sometimes you just stay status quo. But, with those limiting beliefs, we talked about value, whether you're devaluing yourself, your product, your service. It couldn't cause you to go into panic mode. That's sort of like that crazy train. Or perhaps feel overwhelmed and shut down. And just, the status quo is more of the hamster wheel where you're just going and going and going. You get up, you do it all over again. Go to bed, get up, do it all over again, go to bed. When do you ever just stop and look around and notice what the hell is really going on and what's not going on? So this week, I want you to make a list of what's missing and what you need. Is it someone that, do you need someone from the outside to come in and help you organize? Or do you just need to take a day or a couple hours and do a purge, a clean day, spring clean, so to speak, whether it's your home or office? Because, if you work outside of your home, which many people do, you come home, do you walk in and just groan because you haven't dusted, you need to vacuum, you need to clean that messy room that you keep the doors closed. So making sure that both spaces are, supportive of you and the people in them. So I have a client that we were talking last week, 10 years in the same office. So this is very literal. 10 years in the same office, making her and her roommates, so there's 3 of them in the same room, they're making that company she works for, they're making them move across the hall. And she immediately started groaning and coming up with excuses as to why it was going to be awful to move in 10 years and all this stuff, and why she has to keep everything. Now, she does have to deal with some financial stuff, so there's compliance and there are reasons why she has to keep stuff. But everything? So after we talked, so that's how literally and then figuratively it can get into your mind. So literally she's saying there's all this stuff, and then mentally that was bogging her down as well. So after we talked about it, she understood how the move can be good, how it can be freeing, and how it's a good time to start letting things go, reorganize, refocus, regain control. So again, now that you've taken the time to pause and taken the time to look around, tell me, email me, sballard@growingforward.biz. Post here in the comment section. What is it that you need and or what's missing that can help you? And yes, if you can't figure it out, let's do a strategy session. Come on, people. Stop allowing your head and your environment to keep you from living your legacy and achieving your goals, okay? Let's kick ass together. I'd rather us do it together than me kicking your ass, and getting you started. But if that's what you need, I'll shine my pointy shoes. So let's schedule one now. Email me, sballard@growingforward.biz, or post here what it is you need, what's missing that can help you. Have a great week. Cheers.